Hey everyone, today we're diving into something that's been popping up a lot lately, the Akiles ACM-EX24 CombMac-EX24. If you're someone who binds documents regularly, whether for work, school, or personal projects, this machine might just be the upgrade you didn't know you needed. I've been testing it out for a few weeks now, and I've got to say, it's pretty impressive. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let me talk about the punching capacity. This machine can handle up to 25 sheets of 20 pounds paper at once, which is perfect if you're binding thicker reports or presentations. I've used it for a 50-page manual, and it went through smoothly without any jams. That's a big deal because nothing slows you down like a jammed machine when you're in the middle of a project. Plus, the depth margin control lets you adjust how deep the comb goes into the paper, so you can get that professional finish every time. Another feature I really like is the side margin control. This might seem small, but it makes a huge difference when you're aligning your documents just right. I've had times where my margins were off by a millimeter, and it made the whole document look sloppy. With this machine, you can tweak it to perfection, so your pages lay flat and look clean. It's those little details that make a big impact, especially if you're presenting something important. Now, let's talk about the hull size. The Akiles ACM-EX24 uses a rectangular hull size, which is 5/16 inch by 1/8 inch. This might sound technical, but it's actually a game changer for comb binding. The rectangular shape grips the comb teeth better, so your documents stay secure and don't pop open unexpectedly. I've tested this with some pretty rough handling, dropping the bound book, flipping through pages quickly, and it held up like a champ. If you've ever had a comb binding spine come loose mid-meeting, you'll appreciate this feature. One thing that stood out to me is the die disengagement pins. These little guys let you adjust the punching die without needing any tools. It's a small feature, but it makes setup and adjustments so much easier. I've used other binding machines where changing the die was a hassle, but with this one, it's as simple as pressing a pin and sliding the die out. It's the kind of thing that saves time and frustration, especially if you're binding multiple documents in one sitting. The jam release switch is another feature that's saved me a few times. If you've ever had a paper jam, you know how annoying it can be to clear it out. With this machine, you can just hit the reverse switch, and the comb disengages, making it easy to pull out any stuck pages. No more digging around with tweezers or risking damage to your documents. It's a simple feature, but it's made a big difference in how smoothly my projects go. Now, let's talk about the binding capacity. This machine can handle combs from 1/4 inch all the way up to 2 inch. That means you can bind anything from a small pamphlet to a thick report or even a small booklet. I've used it for everything from a 10-page proposal to a 100-page manual, and it's handled both without any issues. The versatility is really handy if you have different types of projects coming up. Of course, no product is perfect, so let me give you the honest rundown. One thing I noticed is that the machine is a bit on the heavier side. It's not overly bulky, but it's not something you're going to toss into a bag and carry around easily. If you're planning to move it around a lot, you might want to consider that. Also, while the punching capacity is great, if you're binding really thick documents regularly, you might want to look into a heavier-duty machine. This one is perfect for most everyday tasks, but it's not built for industrial-level use. Overall, though, I'm really impressed with the Akiles ACM-EX24. It's reliable, easy to use, and the features like the depth margin control, side margin control, and die disengagement pins make it stand out from other binding machines I've tried. If you're in the market for a comb binding machine that's going to make your life easier, this is definitely one to consider. You can find the link to the Akiles ACM-EX24 in the description below.